Hi, I'm Matt Cruzen with WorkshopAddict.com. Today I'm bringing you something I'm really excited to have in my own shop here. This is Laguna's C-Flux 3-horse Cyclone dust collector. So let me run through some of the specifications here, and then we can get into things such as assembly and the packaging, as well as some of its really special features, and my overall impressions up to date here. So overall, this thing measures in at 46 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 79 inches high. Overall, it's a nice compact package that is able, at least in my shop, to fit into a really perfect spot in the corner. Overall weight of the machine is 309 pounds and comes with a 3 horsepower, 220 volt motor. So when this thing arrived in our shop, I was very happy and happily surprised with the overall packaging. This came in a very well-built, built-to-fit crate, and when the crate was opened, everything was packaged individually with nice air packs and custom-formed styrofoam. Assembly took me by myself approximately 4 to 6 hours. I would say that this thing definitely is able to be assembled by one person, though a second person certainly would be helpful. There was only one step that I found difficult to do by myself, and that was when you actually had to flip the unit end for end back onto its feet. I've seen multiple reviews and other people saying that the instructions are poor and that makes assembly difficult. The instructions may not be the best, but you can certainly figure it out, and it's good enough to get the job done. One thing I do want to note about the assembly is the hardware that came with it. These are done with all cap nuts and washers, and when it all went together, it is absolutely rock solid and really speaks to the nice fit and finish that Laguna is known for. The last bit of assembly was the actual electric wiring. Like I said, this is a 220 volt machine. It comes with the wire but no plug, so just go to your local home center and you'll be able to get the plug and get that done. So once this thing was assembled, one of the first things I noticed was the overall really impressive mobility of this machine. The dust collector is sitting on 4 4-inch casters, which makes this thing highly mobile, especially compared to other Cyclones that you see on the market. The majority of other Cyclones are fairly stationary. A lot of them are either on stands or mounted to the wall. This thing is actually incredibly mobile. Like I said before, I have it sitting in a corner, but it can easily be moved from machine to machine if needed. One of my favorite features that sold me on this dust collector over others is the really unique dust bin. It's a 46-gallon capacity and comes with a very unique lift mechanism that allows for quick and easy changes while also eliminating the need for a flex hose connecting the bottom of the Cyclone to the dust bin. So one of the big benefits of a Cyclone, 2-stage Cyclone dust collector is you have the Cyclone collecting and pulling out the big chips, while the large filter is able to collect and contain the fine dust. The filter stack on this dust collector is a 1 micron filter, which has a 99.97% efficiency of 0.2 to 2 micron dust particles. That's really nice because it really cuts down on the fine dust layer that you tend to get in your shop, and that fine dust is also the same thing that you're trying to avoid getting in your lungs. This dust collector just does a great job of keeping that to a minimum. The overall surface area of the filter is 109 square feet, which in my research has shown is a slightly bigger filter than the others. My favorite feature of the filter is the cleaning crank. There is also an automatic cleaning kit available for the filter stack, and that automatic sensor senses or detects a rise in static pressure, which is indicative of a clogged filter. And if it does sense that, it's going to activate the cleaning procedure and activate that cleaning crank. So without the automatic cleaning kit, you obviously have to clean this thing manually. Sounds difficult, but it's very quick and easy. All you have to do is grab this handle here, which is connected to the impellers, which are inside the filter, and you just crank back and forth a couple times, and that's going to clean and knock all that loose dust off the clogged filter, thus improving your efficiency. So while all those features are nice to have, if the performance isn't there, what's the point? Fortunately, I have been extremely impressed, beyond impressed, with the performance of this dust collector. My previous dust collectors have been fairly inexpensive, just your standard one-stage machines, and this has just been a vast improvement. I've seen great collection on big chips, such as out of the planer or the jointer, and equally good performance on the fine dust, such as things coming out of the table saw or sanding machines. So you can see where I have this unit sitting in the corner here. I do have future plans to run permanent piping up to the ceiling and across to all other machines. You can see that there is a single 8-inch inlet over there, which you can either run a single pipe off of, or there is a 3x4-inch inlet splitter. So my plan is to leave one of those 4-inch inlets with flex hose so that I can perform just your day-to-day shop cleanup, sweep everything into a pile and suck that up. That has been a really nice feature of this as well. But right now I'm using Rockler's Dust Right flexible hose system, and I'm just going machine to machine, connecting it to each machine. Fortunately, most machines I have set up right now are within reach of the hose. It's a nice flexible hose. But like I said before, the mobility of this unit, if I need to, I can in fact roll it directly to the machine. The last feature I do want to touch on real briefly is that this dust collector does come with a remote control. I know that's a little bit of a luxury and not something that really should be your buy or don't buy decision, but that is something I have never had and have found to be extremely useful. It's great to be able to be in front of the table saw, turn the saw on, hit the dust collector remote, which is connected to my shop apron, complete my cut, and just turn it right back off. So let's talk real quick about who this machine is for. In my opinion, this machine really can run the gamut. If you are a hobbyist or a weekend warrior or even into a smaller size professional shop, this thing is a 3 horsepower unit, so it has plenty of power to handle multiple machines. I'm going to have this single unit connected to all of my major power tools, and some of those tools are over 30 feet away, multiple blast gates, and I still am going to have absolutely no problem having sufficient power. The reason I see this being a great unit for the weekend warrior is you're able to get plenty of power and plenty of options while still maintaining that mobility to be able to move it in and out of place if needed, so you can get your car in or have to store other things in your shop. So in conclusion, this thing's a dust collector, right? They're not glamorous machines. It is fairly hard to us to show its true performance in all its glory, but take my word for it, this is a great machine. I have nothing but good things to say about it. If you are in the market for a new dust collector, seriously consider looking into the Laguna C-Flux series. These come in a 3, a 2, and a 1 horsepower option, I believe. So there are multiple options out there to hit your budget and your woodworking purposes. I'd love to go into a little bit more detail on some of the specific finer points if you guys have any specific questions about things you saw. So please leave questions down in the comments below or reach out to us directly on any of our social media platforms. I'm Matt Cruzen with workshopaddict.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.